Alright everybody, Marcus Hain back here. The course is Poker Strategy, How I Make $5,000 Plus Per Month Playing Cash Games. Thanks for joining me. This is section 2, which is still the fundamental concepts of poker. This section specifically, or this lesson specifically, is about bankroll management. So let's go ahead and jump right into bankroll management. So what is a poker bankroll? So a poker bankroll is essentially the amount of money you have specifically set aside for playing poker. So this means that not money that you just have for gambling or anything else, but this is just money for poker. So if one day you lose all this money in poker, your life will not be affected one way or another. So a lot of people like to ask me, how can I create a bankroll specifically for poker? Because it is very, very difficult to really create a good bankroll or a good system for your bankroll, because a lot of people end up taking this money and betting on sports or doing this or doing that, and it becomes very tough to solely keep a bankroll that's only going to be for poker, and that's what you have to do if you want to be successful and profitable in the long haul. So the first thing that you can do, and the thing that I do that I recommend highly, is just create a specific bank account only to deposit and keep track of your poker bankroll. So sometimes you can even add another account, like a checkings account or a checkings plus one or whatever the case is, or a savings account, to an existing account that you have. Just label it your poker account and only use it for your poker funds to track how you're doing over a long period of time. The second thing that you can do that I used to do back in the day would be keeping your poker cash in a specific safe or area of your house. So you can maybe grab a little box or grab a little tin, whatever it is, put it under your bed, mattress, whatever it takes for you to recognize that it's a poker bankroll, and just leave that there. The other thing that you can do is you could deposit your entire poker bankroll into an online poker site, and that's an easy way to track it because it has a running balance in total. But the key is, and the idea that I want you guys to get out of this, is that you need to separate money that you need with money that you plan on just using for poker. So do not mix the two things together. So again, the most important rule for a poker bankroll is do not gamble what you cannot afford to lose. Very, 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 very vital and crucial that you guys get this concept down. So the next thing is in terms of the poker no limit hold'em, the bankroll rules. So when you're trying to decide how much money you actually need for your bankroll, this is kind of what you have to consider. So the minimum that you guys are looking for is 25 buy-ins. So let's say you're playing 1-2 and you're going to buy in each time for $100. That would be $100 times 25. So this is the minimum that you need before you can really start implementing my system and even playing it. And the reason why you need this minimum is because of variance. So let's say you buy in 8 times and you lose, and you had 8 buy-ins as your bankroll, but you suffered terrible downswings, and as a result of variance you end up losing. Well, you're not going to ever get that money back because you just lost your entire poker bankroll because you didn't have the proper bankroll management rules. So the minimum, especially the thing that I recommend for players, especially when starting, is to have at least 25 buy-ins. The recommended amount, if you can afford it, is 40 buy-ins. And if you really want to be cautious or safe, I recommend about 75 buy-ins, but I typically am around the 40 to 50 range per buy-ins, and until you reach that amount, you can't move up tables, and I recommend that you keep playing until you essentially increase your bankroll dramatically before moving up or any of that stuff. So examples of poker bankroll management. So if you do end up playing a $1, $3 no limit, or 1-2, whatever the case is, Texas Hold'em poker, you're probably going to be buying in for $100 each time. So a minimum bankroll that you'll need in this case, as an example, is $2,500, which is 25 times the minimum that I recommended. The recommended bankroll that you want in this case is anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000. And if you want to be very, very cautious and you love being safe and you have the money to do it, a cautious bankroll suggestion would be 75 times, which is $7,500. So that's it for bankroll management and everything that you guys need to know for bankrolls. It's extremely important that you guys follow these rules, take notes on this, and almost make it like your golden rule, because if you don't have the proper bankroll management, I guarantee that you will lose all of your money before you end up making a profit that's going to be worthwhile. So that's it for this section, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.